Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I got a
What was that?
frog in my throat.
Ooh,
I'm
got excited.
drinking coffee. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in. Shout out to the 199 to another episode of Geeks and Gamers Daily on a Wednesday with Beardo and Epic Mike. And I saw Jeremy. Jeremy confirmed it wasn't my fault.
No.
It wasn't my fault. The reason we were late, okay? Everyone's saying Beardo's going to get fired. Today's
No,
the
it
day that
wasn't
Beardo
Beardo.
gets fired.
Yep. Today, my darker half won out. I thought that 11 Eastern actually meant like 11:35 Eastern. Yeah. That's why most of my family, when we send out invitations, we tell them 2 hours earlier than it actually is because we know they'll actually show up on time. So.
Dude, I'm always checking. I'm always checking my alarm on my phone. I'm like, did I set it for AM or PM? And then I see that I checked it for AM. Then I lay down for a little bit. And then I'm like, fuck, I need to check again.
Check it.
I'm like, and then I got to check again. I'm like, okay, it is AM. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm always doing that.
Yeah. Sometimes I just wing it, you know? We're just
Well,
making it up.
sometimes I trust myself. I'm like, I know I'll be up before 11.
Yeah.
And then I wake up at 10:40 and I'm like, fuck, probably should have set an alarm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on me.
Close call. Close
Yeah.
call. How's everybody doing? Welcome back in. We got some good topics to talk about today. And also, we want to continue one of the topics that we talked about last night on Tuesday night's main event. With just me and Mike, so we can, brainstorm a little bit together what's going on with this new MCU Doomsday, with Steve Rogers, Thor, and then also with Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, and Doctor Doom. So we'll be getting into that. We'll do some Warner Brothers stuff as well. Mm-hmm. But first, Epic Mike, how are you doing? Besides your, crazy morning, how are you doing?
Yeah, besides being, super late, I'm doing good, man. Last night was actually a really, really good time. I didn't expect to talk about the MCU as much as I did, but, for all of the failures and as much garbage as it's been, man, when you look back on the good parts of the MCU, bro, I get real nostalgic. It's one of the roughest parts about this whole thing is like, it's not like, even though me and you both, we like Man of Steel, we like Batman versus Superman. I know we get flack for all of that. The DCU definitely was more of a mess than it was a success. There was Joss Whedon's Justice League and a lot of the other movies that came out, Black Adam and Blue Beetle and all of that jazz. It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
MCU,
Don't forget about the Flash. The Flash was,
dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so like bad. But man, when I think about the good MCU, bro, we were living on a high mountaintop there. We
were eating good.
We were eating
good.
When
the MCU was good, we were eating.
We were stepping out of our cabin naked, alone, with a nice brisk wind in our face. Steaks cooking on, on the grill. We were living our best life,
Oh yeah.
And then, something happened. Kevin Feige got bit by some kind of weird disease and decided
Trump happened, man. TDS happened, is what it is.
Happened, yeah.
I mean, you could really pinpoint it. I know that Infinity War and Endgame came out during Trump's, first administration. But that's when we got the Captain Marvel stuff. And that's really, Captain Marvel's like sparked that whole MCU movement. And then it didn't help, Chadwick Boseman passed away. Are we going to recast him? No, we're not going to recast him. We're just going to make his little sister Black Panther girl. And then you got the Marvels, Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and the WandaVision, which was gay as fuck. And there's more. Ironhearts. I mean, it's just been really fucking bad.
Yeah. It's just rough, man. Watch that fall from grace. So yeah, talking about it last night was nice to remember the good parts. And then, talking about whether or not we thought Doomsday was going to be the fix that we need. It's not. I don't think so at all. But the one thing I will say is that Marvel has done a terrible job of screwing up has been Spider-Man so far. And
they've done a terrible job at screwing it up.
Yeah, I think, arguably Tom Holland's Spider-Man is one of the only things that work about the MCU consistently.
Okay,
he's
so
not
you're
the
saying,
best.
You're saying they've done a terrible job screwing it up, as in like they haven't screwed it up yet.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yep.
Want to
They're
make sure I
not
got that
perfect
right.
movies, and I would argue he's not as good as Toby. I don't think anybody's as good as Toby, but I'd say he's up there with Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. You know, I think he's done a good job. I think there's been a lot of fun there. No Way Home was awesome, but yeah, man, I don't know, man. It feels like the MCU just wants us to forget, and I just can't fully let go yet. You know, I can fix
No Way
it.
Home was good. The second half of No Way Home was really good. I did not care for Far From Home at all. The
No, I
second
didn't
one
either.
with Mysterio, I did not care for that one. Homecoming was fine.
Yeah.
But Michael Keaton was the best part of that movie,
Michael
in my
Keaton
opinion.
is so good
Michael
in that
Keaton
movie, dude.
fucking crushed it.
Yeah,
But I have a good feeling that Brand New Day is going to be really good.
I do too. Yeah, I think that they're trying to actually fix some things. You know, obviously Sony's involved, and as much as people don't, you know, maybe people don't remember, maybe people do. Sony's kind of stupid. Like, Sony may be dumber than any of the other companies out there when it comes to movies and how they handle their IPs. A while back, there was like an internal memo leak where they were talking about doing a mashup between 21 Jump Street and Men in Black. They're just like, why not just do it? You know, who's going to, you know, see it? You know, they've done all these horrible movies like Kraven the Hunter and all of these spinoffs. And then we found out later they could have used Spider-Man the whole time. They just didn't want to confuse people. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Sony's
what was it? Didn't the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie came out in 2012, the same year as Avengers?
I think
believe.
so.
I believe it was the same year as Avengers, and I'm like, oh man, dude, I can't wait for the post-credit scene. They're gonna tease the Avengers in the Andrew Garfield movie. I'm like, this is gonna be great. Like, the entire time in that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie, I'm looking for Tony Stark's tower in New York. And I'm like, they're going to tie it in, man. They got to. They're going to tie it in. When really, like you said, they wanted to the entire time. It was really, who was it? Was it Disney or was it Sony who was holding back?
It was Sony.
Sony was holding back.
Yeah, because they hold the rights to Spider-Man, and they didn't want to play ball, and they didn't want to share. And you know, fortunately for a lot of us, they worked out a deal. Disney worked out a deal with them about it. But man, yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I was like, man, I'm kind of hoping there was going to be a crossover, and they didn't.
Yeah. I know Sony owns the rights. I was saying, like, did Sony want to put Spider-Man into the MCU? And Disney was like, nah, let's hold off a little bit. We don't like your quality of Spider-Man that you're making. Or Disney was like, hey, man, let's really fucking get Spider-Man in on this. And Sony's like, we're good, fam. We're good.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure which way the negotiations were being halted there. But, I mean, we might as well get into it. We'll get into it. But first, let's read some super chats, and then we'll kick back off our conversation from last night. Because, dude, we talked about Marvel last night for a good hour on Main Event. It was a great conversation.
We got cooking, man.
And I think that there was more to say. It was just that we had other topics to get to. So, So we'll keep going with that conversation. But first off, to start off the show, Alex McCarthy with a $2 super chat says, Bro Science Day, Meta PC, Beardo, Epic Mike, my nerdy home. It is Bro Science Day. Thank you. Acknowledge me. Thank you, Alex McCarthy, for the $2. Super Frandeman with a... Well, that's the tranny from She-Hulk, isn't it?
Yeah, the one that Az really liked her, you know.
With the 250, who's Savvy's sister on yesterday's main event? Not sure what her name was. I didn't get her name, but thank you for the 250, because that definitely was not Savvy last night. Super Frandeman. I think they did a swap. Because at first, super nice, and then I think they swapped. I didn't know that Savvy had a twin, because then we got the same old Savvy towards the end of the show.
But she was like...
I think they did a swap.
Makeup. She was in like somewhat normalish lighting. You know, there was no wings. We didn't see any claws. Maybe a little something going on there. You know?
She did like a Parent Trap live on Main Event. Mm-hmm. It was weird. Super Frandeman with a $6. Getting sick and tired of constant AI trailers of Doomsday and Brand New Day on Twitter. Even the supposed leak trailers are fake AI slop. You got to be careful, because there is. So that the Steve Rogers Captain America trailer did leak, and it was a shitty cam.
Yep,
and somebody took that shitty cam and made a really, really good, convincing AI version of it. There's a few differences, like with the motorcycle was flipped and stuff, but it was really good. And I think that they're not trying to get away with that being the true trailer. They're saying, hey, this is an AI version of what the shitty cam is. That's how I took it. But I don't know, Mike, did you think that they were trying to sell that as the real trailer? Or it's like, hey, we're helping you out with the shitty cam. This is kind of like what it could have been.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate part is, even if they were just trying to be nice about it and help people out, a lot of people just run with it. You know, dude, the thing is...
Right. It gets reposted, and then people are like, this is it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, you know, the thing is, I still have Facebook. I don't really use Facebook at all, but I constantly see, like, people on Facebook posting, like, AI-generated posters of, like, I don't know, movies that are never going to happen. Like, they're like, hey, we're getting a sequel to some obscure 80s movie that we haven't, like, that they haven't had a sequel to in forever. And it's, like, obviously, like, a crappy AI render and stuff. And people are like, I'm so excited. I'm like, guys, come on. So, the thing is, anytime you post anything that's AI generated, if anybody grabs a hold of it, they're just going to run with it. I've seen people run, you know, before all this AI craze, I used to watch people get tricked by fake movie trailers all the time on YouTube. You know, so I get it, but yeah, in that instance, it's a weird one because I do think they're probably trying to be helpful, but everybody's obviously running with it, and then that makes it seem like, oh, that's fake, that's not real, you know, and it kind of sucks. Yeah.
And I did see somebody in the chat. Thank you for the $6, by the way. I saw somebody in the chat saying the MCU or Marvel. Here it is. They're definitely fucking around with the trailers. Like, why not just release the bitch? I'll tell you exactly why. Here's the main reason why Disney is not releasing the full version of the Captain America, Thor, and Doom trailers because they're attached to Avatar, and Avatar is also Disney. They want as many fucking tickets sold for Avatar.
Yes.
They're trying to make Avatar 3 another $2 billion movie.
Yep.
So they're purposely not putting these Doomsday trailers out because they know that a lot of people, including Jeremy admitted it last night, Kata admitted it last night, that they're only going to go see Avatar 3 for two reasons. To see the Avengers trailer and to see the Odyssey trailer.
Yes.
And Disney knows that. That's why they are not releasing these Doomsday trailers on YouTube yet in full quality, because they are trying to get people to buy tickets to Avatar.
Yes.
That is the number one reason.
You are 100% correct. Also, you know, people, for anybody that doesn't remember, James Cameron actually said that if Avatar didn't do well in the theater, in the box office, that he would happily walk away from that franchise and work on something else. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's, you know, I think he's waiting for it to stop making money. Disney needs it to make money because they need that kind of success, you know? So yeah, I 100% think you're right. Yeah. They would rather, you know, oh man, if you go see it, then you'll get to see blah, blah, blah. And am I correct in that there's going to be multiple teasers at different showings?
So I think how this is going to be, because I was watching Jeremy John's Avatar 3 review last night. I think it's going to be weekly. I think the first week is going to be Steve Rogers. The second week is going to be Thor. And then the third week is going to be Doom. And then the fourth week of Avatar is going to be the full Avengers Doomsday trailer. That's at least what Jeremy John said. It's going to be a weekly release, switching up the trailers. I don't know how factual that is, but I think that's what he said. If anybody in the chat can can confirm that, but I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think it's just going to be random. It's like, well, if you go see Avatar at 4 o'clock, you're going to get Steve Rogers, but if you go to the 6 o'clock showing, it might be Thor. I don't know if it's going to be like that.
But weekly is also really interesting, man, because like you said, it's like, hey,
they're trying to get people to see Avatar 4 fucking times.
Yeah. That's wild, dude. What a mess.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. See, Hazy Enigma says new trailer each week. That's what I thought.
That's pretty wild, actually. I mean, teasing, like, I mean, teasing a trailer weekly like that is pretty nuts. One time I get it, but multiple times, that's a little much, Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and so the Cap, Thor, and Doom one, if you've seen the leaks on Twitter, they've all been a teaser. Those aren't what we call a trailer. Those are teasers.
Yes.
The fourth one, for the actual, that's going to be like still a teaser, but probably a little bit longer. Because these are just like character ones. Thor's like praying to his dad.
Yep.
Cap is just holding his baby, and this isn't really spoilers because the internet, we know everything now, even if it's been leaked. Cap's just holding his baby. Thor's praying to his dad. I have no clue about the Doom one. I don't think that's leaked. And now the Brand New Day trailer, Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, has leaked as well. So there's got to be one person in there that's got access to all of these, just like doing a shitty fucking cam on his laptop or computer, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Dude, what a mess. I still think that's a horrible idea, but I mean, what are you going to do, you know?
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, Mike, there will be people that see Avatar 4 times just to see all 4 different Avengers trailers.
You're absolutely correct. Once again, you're not wrong. People really want this to do well, and yeah, a lot of nerds will go do that kind of stuff. I mean, I know I used to do that back in the day. If I knew like a movie that I kind of wanted to see was gonna have like maybe a trailer attached to it, I'd go see it, you know. But I'm not gonna do that for Avatar.
Well, and it's getting too expensive now.
Yeah,
like before, when movie tickets were like $7 or $8, it's like, okay, cool, like no harm, no foul here. But now, when a fucking movie ticket, you want to see it on the big screen, the biggest screen in the theater, it's like $17 a person.
Yeah, that's way
too much to see an Avengers trailer.
Yep, I 100% agree with you, man. I don't know. That's super manipulative, and you know what? I don't know, man. It's reeks of desperation, like in a way that I thought Disney. I wouldn't say Disney was better than, but it reeks of desperation in a way that I thought like. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's going to pay off for you the way you want. And weekly means that they're going to have they're hoping that the box office will stay strong throughout. That's pretty weird, man.
A strong month. They want a really strong month for Avatar 3. Because, like you said, James Cameron, if 3 doesn't do well, he's done. He's done. Yeah. He's done with the Avatar. He's got the outline for 4 and 5. He wants to do 4 and 5. But if 3 doesn't do well, he's just like, fuck it. That'll be it.
I'll move on to something else, which, I mean, I'm sure Disney will then still try to bring him back, you know. But, yeah, those movies are expensive to make, you know. So
and
it's
they
not
take
like
a long time.
They do take a long time, you know. And he's probably on a little bit of a breakneck schedule to get these done as soon as possible. So, I don't know. Somebody in the chat did say if they're handing out exclusive coins, Mike would be there. And you are correct. If I have an opportunity to get an exclusive day 1 Avatar Fire and Ash coin, I'm going to be there. And if they're releasing exclusive coins every week, I'll be there every time. You know?
What do you think Avatar 3 will make at the box office at the end of the day, at the end of its theatrical run?
So, like, domestically, what did it make last time domestically? Was it
the second one?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's it called? Way of Water box office. If it didn't hit 2 billion, I think it was close.
Yep. It definitely hit 2 billion, but what did it hit? Like, just
domestically?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. Domestic.
Because, like, my thing is this. I think the international market for that movie has been the thing that's carried it. And I think it's really hard to predict the international market sometime. Not with everything. I think it's probably going to do like 1.7 billion. I think it's not going to hit 2, but it's going to get pretty close.
So on the original release in 2022, it was almost 700 million. International was 1.6 billion for a total of 2.3 billion. And then it re-released in 2025 and made 4.5 billion, almost 19 billion international. Millions. So from 4.5 million, almost 19 million, and then almost 23 million on the 25 re-release, which is fucking insane on a re-release.
Yeah,
That's fucking wild.
The international market carries these films. I think the international market's still going to go strong. I think a lot of people are going to go see this internationally just because of what these movies are for them and because of the way that they look and what a spectacle they are, you know, but
Calm down, Dr. Evil. Hey, millions, billions, man, I was getting crossed up. It's early.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
I think the domestic though is going to be way weaker. I think maybe 500 million domestic, maybe. I think that's where they're going to see the biggest drop off is with American audiences, especially because of word of mouth and how strong word of mouth has become in America. But I think it'll do well domestically, and that's probably what'll keep carrying it. So,
have you watched any reviews for Fire and Ash yet?
I watched Jeremy Jan's review for it, and
me too.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a fan of the Avatar movies. Hair penises aside, and weird tree orgies aside, like just as a franchise, I was never a big fan of Avatar. I didn't really understand why people loved it so much. I liked Way of Water a lot more than the first one. I love the father and son aspect of it. And I thought it was pretty cool. I did see the spectacle is really awesome. But I don't know, after a while you go, okay, well, you got to keep writing strong. You got to keep, really, really, really strong story going there. And I don't know where they're going to go with this third one. So I don't know, Yeah.
Well, Jeremy John's review wasn't a spoiler review. It wasn't spoilery. But pretty much, I think what's safe to say on here, because I don't think any of us have seen it yet, it doesn't come out till Thursday, is that it's kind of like, it's what we know about Avatar. Looks great. The fighting and the battling is fantastic. The visual effects is like jaw-dropping. It's awesome. But it's kind of what we've seen in the first two. It's just a little bit more of the same, is what Jeremy Johns said. But, he's just one guy on the internet. We all respect Jeremy Johns. We all love Jeremy Johns. But, we can interpret it different ways as well on your own viewing as the individual. So that's just what he thinks.
I guess it looks like Film Threat, our buddies over at Film Threat, also talked about it. I have not had a chance to watch theirs yet, but I'm curious to see what they think about it. So they did one, 17 hours ago. So I'd be interested. I haven't watched theirs yet, but I will definitely check theirs out. Shout out to Frank Gore and Alan, because I'm sure that they'll probably have thoughts on it as well. But yeah, man, word of mouth domestically is, I think, more important than any of the marketing that they can do for it. And I think, overseas, I think they're just going to go see it.
Yeah. As far as the box office for Avatar 3, I'm thinking I'm kind of like right around there with you. 1.7, 1.8 billion.
Yep. It's going to make money, safe. But it's not going to make as much as I think they're hoping it's going to.
And we could be entirely wrong. This could be the most successful Avatar ever.
Yep.
So,
listen, the one thing I will say is never bet against James Cameron when it comes to the box office. The man makes money, and he makes a lot of money. And to have, two, for the longest time, two of the top 3 highest grossing films of all time in 2 completely different franchises, like, hats off. Now, the guy has something figured out, so.
Yep. Let's get some more super chats and then truly dive into the new. I mean, we've already talked about the MCU stuff, but we're truly going to fucking do a deep dive into it. Young Stove with it too. We're going to fuck it up in a good way. Get your ish together Wednesday. Daily is the worst. Young Stove. What the heck, man? I thought we were cool.
Hey, we're the S team.
Come on, man. We're the S tier team, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Like a breath of fresh air in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Tobias Nexus with the $10. Well, I can officially say that the Post Malone Murder Circus encore event for Hunt Showdown is actually quite a good update. The trailer for it is great if you can show it. If we have time at the end, we will show it.
Yeah.
If we have time at the end, we'll show it. And then, Mike, if you don't mind, can you pull up Rumble for the Rumble rants?
Yeah, let me pull up Rumble. Yep.
Perfect. Mexi Rage with the 2 says, well, Miki a little moth to the flame.
Yeah.
Oh, Miki like a moth to the flame. Damn it, Mexi Rage, I messed up your super chat. I'm sorry.
But also, it was late, so.
Vlad the Man with the 5. Beardo, make sure to unclog your throat before the stream, if you know what I mean.
What?
Yeah, I had a little frog in my throat to start off the show.
What happened?
Tobias Nexus with it too says that's why I use the 24-hour clock. No AM PM worries. This is true. I used to run on the military time.
Yeah,
Then I got a new phone, and it was just went back to standard time, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to change it.
My issue was I was running on black people time. That has nothing to do with alarms. That's more of a,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get it. Thank you, Ladybug, for the... Oh, no. Ladybug with the 5 says, here's the ransom money. Release my cat, Miki. Please!
I'll see what I can do. No promises, though.
Make some calls.
Yeah.
Grendo Drone with a 10. Miki was doing his hair for potential partners.
What?
Gross. Thank you for the 10. Mexi Rage with a $2 says, I have the money, Meek. Give back my grandma's body. Okay. A boy named Blue with a 10. Miki, I'm still bleeding from the mouth, and even I'm still on time. And Beardo, I heard there's going to be a TV God of War adaptation. You going to audition for Kratos with that beard? Give an impression, please. I'm not going to audition because I'm too controversial, but an impression? All right. I'm a god boy. There you go. That's all you get. Thank you for the 10.
It was good. Hey, listen. You guys remember when Beardo went all out? Shaved his head. Dude did it all. He looked good. He looked good.
Do that.
Listen, we made jokes just because, we didn't think of that.
Mm-hmm.
He went all out, man. Sold out for it, man. I dig it. If you're going to do it right,
Yeah. I did. I shaved my head for it. Everything.
Yeah. It looked awesome.
Boy. David Smart Jr. with a $2. Hey guys, remember Wonder Man is still coming.
I didn't want to remember that.
Wonder Man, and that's the same guy. That's the same guy who was Black Manta and
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yep.
Now he's Wonder Boy.
Wonder Man, and it's basically about a guy who doesn't want to be a superhero because he wants to be an actor. I can't even imagine like having superpowers and being like, I want to be an actor. I don't want to do anything cool. Like, yeah, that's sounds like garbage.
Thank you for the 2, David Smart. I don't even know. Is Wonder Man, is that DC or Marvel?
That's Marvel.
That's Marvel?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know the character all that well.
Well, he's not a random black guy who's just trying to be, an actor all the time. But yeah, it's going to be a mess, dude. Like there's no way they're going to do him justice. For people that don't know, like, I don't know a ton about Wonder Man, but I'm going to read his list of powers. Superhuman strength, speed, agility, stamina, reflexes, ionic energy, enhanced vision, hearing, electromagnetic manipulation. None of that is happening. We're not getting any of that. It's just going to be about a guy, likely who pretends he doesn't have powers, but has, like, vague superpowers or something, and it's going to be garbage. I think it's, like, 6 episodes, each half an hour long. Like, and most of that's probably going to be the credits.
No, it's going to be a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, Disney Plus show.
Disney needs to fucking stop. Okay,
Yep.
Actually, I'm going to contradict myself here.
Okay.
For characters like Wonder Man or Ironheart, whatever, that is the perfect place to do a Disney Plus show. Those are the guys where you do a show first to introduce them. But when you have WandaVision and then you have Falcon and Winter Soldier in their show, and you introduce John Walker as U.S. agent and everything, like, that should have been a fucking movie.
Yep.
That should have been Captain America 4. And then you have Captain America 5, like, putting Sam Wilson and Winter Soldier into that TV show on Disney Plus. That severely halted the development of, was that Phase 4 of Marvel at the point?
That was Phase 4, yeah.
And then with poor writing, with female Ginger Jesus.
Yep.
And then the fucking writing in the speech, and then having Sam being this woe is me, my mama can't afford a fucking house, and I'm being stereotyped by the police and stuff, and then I'm gonna have this cringe speech to the fucking senators and stuff. Like, dude, you just stepped on the throat of what you were trying to fucking do with this Captain America going forward. And then, going into Captain America 4, we didn't fucking care anymore because it took way too damn long It took way too long. You already established that he was going to be Captain America at the end of Endgame. Why the fuck did you have to wait and just do the stupid show and then wait another 2 or 3 years just to put out that gosh damn movie?
Yeah.
All right, you know what?
They completely messed it up, and all because they wanted to push Disney Plus. That's it. That's all it came down to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to get into it. We talked about this last night. It really isn't a rumor anymore. Steve Rogers is set to lead Avengers Doomsday as Marvel quietly corrects post-Endgame failure. So this is written by Marvin. Marvin's been joining us on Park Hoppin' and on the Mario Kart streams. He stinks, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy, bad at video games, good guy.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios may finally be acknowledging what audiences have been telling them for years. The post-Avengers Endgame era hasn't worked. According to a new report from longtime industry insider Daniel Richman, Steve Rogers is not only returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but will once again be positioned as the central figure, this time in Avengers Doomsday. The revelation is significant, not just for what it means narratively, but for what it signals about Marvel's broader creative course correction after years of declining box office returns, fractured audience interest, and repeated failures to establish new legacy replacements. So, in a post shared on Twitter, Daniel Richmond stated that Marvel is no longer hiding its plan for Steve Rogers, confirming both his return and his prominence in upcoming crossover event. And here's Daniel Richmond's tweet. Okay, so since Marvel is revealing it themselves, I can also tell you that the first teaser is Steve Rogers focused and his return is confirmed. The reason is to establish him as the lead character in Avengers Doomsday. And I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be negative here. So there you go.
Yeah.
If you guys want the full article, you can go to geeksandgamers.com. And I know you guys are probably screaming, Beardo, get an ad blocker. Geeksandgamers.com is the one website you should not use an ad blocker for. I don't know why. I don't have the specific reason for it. I just have a really good hunch, a good feeling that you should not use an ad blocker on Geeks and Gamers website. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down?
Just a hunch.
Yeah. For good reason.
Yeah.
For good reason. Okay. Mike, why don't you kick this off?
Yeah, so it's funny because the rumors for a long time were that it was actually supposed to be Mr. Fantastic that was the lead character.
Right.
He was supposed to be the central character in Doomsday that was leading all of this. And here's the thing. That makes sense. Why does that make sense? Because if you're going to have Doctor Doom, you got to have the Fantastic Four. Those two go together. I know Doom is involved in other things in the Marvel universe. I know that he's in other comics and all that stuff, but the Fantastic Four and Doom make the most sense together. Having them somehow be in our universe and that being a catalyst for Doom appearing or being around makes a ton of sense. But this 100% feels like a course correction. Once again, we talked a little bit about this last night, but they didn't have a finished script for Doomsday.
They were writing as they were filming.
I will say this. This is not confirmed. This is just alleged. I have heard from some people that they may have been using AI and exploring how to make scripts on the fly with an AI, generated script. I cannot say for sure if that's happening. I'm just saying that I did hear a rumor that they may have been doing that, so that way they could correct things quickly, because this is their linchpin for whether or not the MCU can be salvaged. Okay, they have done such a horrible job over the last 5 years of handling the MCU with like 1 or 2 successes. I don't even know if they've had 2 successes. You had No Way Home. And I'm trying to think, has any other movie just like really popped off? Oh,
Deadpool Wolverine.
But we're also learning that they lied about the budget on that. That may not even made money because of how much time and how much money they put into production, and then lied about production on it. So 2 hits in the last 5 years on one of the most profitable theatrical franchises in the world. Come on, man. So yeah, they got to win on this one, and I think that they're going to do everything they can to lie about it and move things around and shuffle things around. And the reality is, our side has been winning. Okay, we told you guys, without your core audience of comic book fans and people that actually care about the source material and care about these characters that you've been establishing for years and care about their comic book counterparts, you're not going to make money. Okay? All these people complaining about and wanting diversity. Other people wanting another Shang-Chi film and to listen to
It'll never happen.
Aquafina's fucking shrill ass talk in a movie. Come on now. You're not making money. All the people trying to say that Doctor Strange 2 was actually a criminally underrated film. It was so much better. They did Wanda so wrong. Come on now. Stop talking nonsense because you didn't watch the show. You're not going to see these films because they're not making any money. Okay? And you can't blame COVID like they tried to do. Well, it's a post-COVID audience because guess what? Spider-Man made money. Okay? Deadpool may have made money. You know, Hugh Jackman puts butts in the seats. You know, so yeah, man, I bringing back Chris Evans. As much as I hate to agree with Jeremy, Chris Evans is not a star. The only thing that he's ever really done great in his career is Steve Rogers, and I don't know that him being gone and him coming back is going to be enough to get butts in seats. I think they're going to make money despite themselves, but really the draw here is Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, the draw is Robert Downey Jr., not necessarily as Doom, just the fact that he's back. And I'm very curious on how he's going to play Doom, what he's going to look like. Is he going to be disfigured, or is he still going to look mainly like Robert Downey Jr.? I want Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom to be almost unrecognizable as Robert Downey Jr. But they're going to make him just enough recognizable so the fact that the Avengers, when they see him with his mask off, recognize that is Tony Stark's face on Doctor Doom. It's going to happen. But there is a draw. We are all now very interested. We'd be liars if we said, now that Steve Rogers is back and he's going to be Captain America again going forward, at least for these next two movies, it's like, okay, what the fuck are they cooking up here? What are we doing? I think now our interest level has gone up a little bit. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But my interest level isn't even particularly Steve Rogers because I wanted them to leave him alone. I liked his story. We've talked about this many times. We wanted to just leave his story at, you know, he did this thing. I know there's been a vocal fan base that has said they didn't like that his storyline was him being selfish and choosing to like be with Peggy and not help people. But you know, the idea was he finally got his happy ending and he finally went out and got a little bit of a taste of the good life for himself because he had done so well.
He got a little taste of Haley Atwell.
Apparently a lot of big of a taste if you watch that teaser. Yeah, but like, you know, but the idea that they're moving away from Sam Wilson's Captain Falcon Black America is interesting. Because it does. It sparks like, oh, you guys are you guys, how big of a retcon is this for you guys? Like, are you really that worried about what's happening that you got to course correct completely? Or is this one of those things where it's just a bait and switch? Are we going to get Captain Hydra? Is that what's, you know, there's just Captain a lot Hydra. Of questions.
Yes. Yeah. That is a very true possibility because I think it's pretty much almost like guaranteed. Although this is all just rumor and speculation, this is just what's in my brain. I think it's guaranteed that the reason Steve Rogers is getting roped back into this is because he messed with time. He stayed back in time when he shouldn't have, started a life with Captain Carter. And that's what is going to piss off Dr. Doom. And that's why Doom is going to get Steve Rogers involved. Now, here's the question. Is Steve Rogers going to push back and fight against Dr. Doom, or is he gonna fucking join him because, hey, this looks like Tony, I trust Tony, what's going on here? So I don't know about that. And then also course correcting with Captain Black Falcon, like what's gonna happen if Steve Rogers is good and he's coming back as Captain America? Is Sam gonna surrender the shield to him and give him the shield back, or is Steve Rogers gonna take on the Nomad character again and say, no, Sam, you're Captain America. I'll just do my thing. I'll just be Nomad.
Yeah. It's a really good question. Here's the thing. If in the teaser, I'm just going to tell you guys, in the Captain America teaser, Steve Rogers has a baby.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But if he has a baby, that means he had a baby with Captain Carter in the past, not recent. It means that baby's grown up now, an adult in the future. So my question is you know, if they do this and you're going to go back in time, well, in Endgame we see that Steve Rogers lived a full life and is an old man by the time we see him. So how do they change that? Does Doom go back in time, grab this captain, and bring him back to the future? Does he kill him off? Are we being lied to? And he kills Captain America right off the bat, right off rip? Or, you know, maybe he kidnaps Captain America, brings him back to the future, and then his child is the one that, you know, ends up, you know, being in the future as well and affecting the timeline. There's a lot of questions here that we don't have answers to. And my thing is, I don't know that Marvel's actually even cares or thought about the implications of what this all means. I do think it could be interesting to answer the fans that have been discontent with that storyline in Endgame and almost say that Captain America was wrong and that what he did was selfish and it caused a lot of problems. But even that, it still kind of undoes a lot of the good that you get at the end of Endgame. I don't know. You know?
Dude, what if Doctor Doom's evil plan is to kidnap all of these superpowered babies? And that's why the Fantastic Four and Avengers is going after Doctor Doom, because he's making an army of superpowered babies, because he went after Franklin Richards and is trying to kidnap Franklin Richards. And now Cap has a kid. What if he's trying to kidnap Captain America's kid because he's going to have superpowers of some kind? And it's like, Doom's just creating an army of superpowered children. Like, and that just pissed off the Avengers.
Yeah. Yep. And then he'll just have a bunch of, all, like, you know, aged up baby team or whatever. He's like, these are my Avengers. I mean,
good point. And Thor's daughter.
Thor's daughter, too. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I know there was a rumor that there was going to be like a Dark Avengers at some point in all of this. Once again, there's a lot going on here, man, because he's also all the X-Men. How's that going to work? And where do the X-Men factor in all of this too? There's a lot of moving parts, but yes, Chris Evans coming back. It's interesting because I wonder how much they're going to try to ingratiate themselves to the fans of the previous iterations of the MCU. And I also think looking to Deadpool and Wolverine, that's what we should start expecting more of, is just a lot of fan service. Because that's what that movie was.
Give me 1 second, Mike. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that him coming back is definitely something that is interesting, but I also don't have a lot of faith in the current writers at Marvel. You know, we looked at the writers here. The same guy that wrote Multiverse of Madness is here, but then like same guy that wrote Endgame and Civil War is also back, and mirroring those two guys together and kind of saying like, both of you guys write this new thing. I don't know, you know, and there's just like a whole slew of problems and dangling plot threads and dangling characters that we know nothing about. We know, like, I don't know where they're going to go with all of that. I know we speculated they're going to kill a lot of characters off and a lot of old characters off.
Yeah.
But we could also just run into a bait and switch. We've seen Marvel do it time and time again now. Bait and switch.
So I want to go back to, because Cyclops and Jean Grey, their child is Cable.
Yeah.
So Doctor Doom, what if Doctor Doom kidnaps Cable? So now we have,
and that's why the
X-Men are involved. So now you're getting the Fantastic Four, Avengers, and the X-Men involved, because Doctor Doom is stealing their fucking children with Franklin Richards, Steve Rogers' kid, and Cable.
Yeah.
Dude, did I just fucking predict the plot for Avengers Doomsday?
You might.
That's how all three of those teams are going to get involved against Doctor Doom, is because he kidnapped their children?
Dark Avengers.
Bro, I might have just fucking cracked it.
There it is. Sorry, guys. It's all wrapped up.
Dude.
Just plug it into AI and we'll make our own movie.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking genius. Anyways, I think...
Oh my gosh. And T'Challa's kid too.
T'Challa's
kid. My gosh, there's a lot of babies in the MCU right now.
There's a lot of babies right now, dude.
Oh my gosh, bro.
There's a lot of babies. And also Wolverine with X-23 as well.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
We
man,
figured it out.
this might be the fucking plot, dude. Doctor Doom's gonna have
Sorry,
an
fans.
army of all of the fucking X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Avengers children.
Sorry, fans. We figured it out.
Hey, sorry, Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. I fucking figured your shit out, man.
Now we know why he didn't have a completed script in case somebody figured it out. He's gonna have to fix it now.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Okay, and then going back to the characters being killed off. I think a lot of these characters that were one and dones are going to get killed off. I would not be surprised if Shang-Chi gets killed off.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. Wait, hold on. Wait, what's Gary saying? Too Jewish? Who? Who?
Dude, I don't know.
Who are we talking about here? Are we talking about Shang-Chi's, or Kevin? Kevin Feige? Is Kevin Feige Jewish?
Might be.
I don't know. I don't know who the hell we're talking about there. But I think Shang-Chi might get killed off.
Just send Gary the link. Just get him in here.
Sent Gary the link. He's got his own show, doesn't he?
I know.
Like going live right now.
Yeah, this is fucking with you. Like, yeah.
Yeah. The Marvels.
Shang-Chi.
I can see Monica Rambeau getting killed off.
Most
I don't
of the
know if
X-Men.
they have the balls to kill off Miss Marvel, the kid Marvel. I don't think they have the balls.
I don't think they're going to kill her off. I think she's she's one of the only things that work about the new one. I mean, I know her show didn't do super well, but the actress is pretty well received, and a lot of people think she should have been done better. You know, I think that they'll keep her around. So, yeah.
Oh, Blazing Saddles, for fuck's sake. I love Blazing Saddles, by the way. Love Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks, who was a Jewish man, loves making fun of Jews. Where white women at?
I was legitimately thinking about the MCU the whole time, Gary. I didn't even.
Yeah, I had no
segue.
clue. Like that Blazing Saddles reference went right over my head because I'm just like thinking about Marvel right now.
Yep. Oh, now but everybody's saying you can't be on FNT because of that.
Well, it is what it is. I was never going to get on anyway. Now that Zachary Levi's on FNT, I'm never getting on, dude. I'm never getting on. Anyways, so we will see. Any final thoughts on MCU, or you want to move on?
Listen, Marvel's going to do everything they can to try to get this fan base back on track, but I do not trust that Kevin Feige is going to be able to let go of the stranglehold he's had on the creative decisions. I think Bo DeMeo kind of embarrassed the entire MCU and all of everything going on at Marvel and telling everybody what was going on behind the scenes for a lot of this stuff. And I think it's too little too late now. You know, I think the movie's going to make money despite itself, but I don't think the MCU is going to get fixed because of them bringing back Steve Rogers. So,
Mike, let me know the next time you're available for FNT. Thank you,
available
Gary.
whenever you shoot me a call, man.
Just go ahead and just fucking rub it in, Gary.
Next time you want me on, just shoot me a message. You know, I'll be right there.
Yeah. By the way, Gary, you had my phone number. I changed my phone number, so not the same number anymore.
Are you gonna give it to him?
Nope.
Wow.
Mike, that was a joke. I absolutely 100% have the same number. I was just telling Gary that I don't, so he doesn't try to text me to invite me on because I'm not going on.
It's so wild.
Because if I ever get invited to FNT, you know what the answer is? No.
That's not. I don't.
Thanks, but no thanks.
I don't believe you.
Yeah,
if Gary messaged you tomorrow and was like, "Hey, you want to come on and hang out with Zachary Levi?" You'd be like, "Yes, yes, I would."
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
I have all of the questions, the best questions for Zachary Levi.
But real quick, I mean, shout out to F&T. Zachary Levi's going to be on this Friday. That's awesome. Chuck, Shazam. He's been, dude, I've always been a fan of Zachary Levi. I think he's awesome. You know, and he's one of these guys that are trying to actually do something about what's going on in Hollywood and trying to make his own thing and trying to get away from all the nonsense that's happening right now. I know he's starting his own studio. I'm happy for him, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him talk to, you know, he's kind of been circling, you know, our circle of people and things like that. I mean, I know he's got a lot of pushback from people in Hollywood, but man, those guys are on a sinking ship. Like, who needs those guys, you know? So shout out to F&T, man. Be sure to check it out this Friday. Should be a good time, you know?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, shout out
All
to
right, let's
Gary.
get some super chats and we'll get into our next topic. Vault 95 with a 199 says, best team. Nice flex on Savvy last night with Jinx. I'm the 9-time Pokemon League champion. Are you kidding
got
me?
her. Yeah.
You're not, come on, boys. A boy named Blue with a 199 says, Beardo, where'd you get your Blades of Chaos? Somebody sent them to me. I believe it was Wiley Dave. Sent these to me, to my P.O. box. They're up there. They look real nice. But you know what else I can grab?
Oh? Look at that. Boy.
The Leviathan axe. Not only do I have the Blades of Chaos, I have the Leviathan axe. Boy.
I dig
That's
it.
sick. Thing's fucking real, too, dude.
Yeah. I respect that. You hear that? That's real metal.
That's real. That's real. Thank you for the 199. Green Nin with a $5. Yo, first time here. How much AI stuff do you think will be in Doomsday, considering how big this movie is? If there's anything AI, I think might be some of the writing. I don't know if they'll do AI visuals.
They're not going to do AI visuals. And here's the thing. Even if they are doing AI script writing, they're not going to tell you. They can't. They would get so much heat from their circles in Hollywood from using AI. It would destroy their reputation. I mean, not like they had that great of a reputation in the first place. People, I don't know if you knew this, but Disney kind of sucks as a company. But yeah, like, so the fact is, they're AI generating storylines and using an AI to put these storylines together and stuff like that. Which they kind of tease that in She-Hulk. Remember? Like Kevin Feige was an AI who like she went to and talked to, and he was just chasing algorithms and stuff. So,
well, and remember that Secret Invasion opening intro was AI, and everybody caught it.
That's right. I do remember that. So yeah, I think they're gonna lie about it and try to hide it as much as possible.
And if they do use AI for some of the script writing, they're gonna have somebody go in and look at the AI script and then change it up where they feel it's just like. Make like a little baseline. Yeah. And then an actual writer will go in and correct some stuff.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, if they are doing it, if this is true, which I said, like I said, it's alleged, it's a rumor that I've heard they're using it. That's why the script wasn't done, because they're just fixing it on the fly. And most human writers are going to need time to think this through, even if you're a huge comic book fan. Now, granted, if you're a huge comic book fan and you know this material, you could fix things as you go and say, this is what it's like in the comics. This is how you get back to this, and this is how you get back to that. But actually writing a script and dialogue and keeping this all coherent to the MCU and making it all make sense, there is no way that they're not using some kind of algorithm to keep all that on track. So, Yep.
Thank you for the $5. Golden Nuggets with the 2 says, sucking. Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's
Thank
going
you,
on?
Golden Nuggets for the 2. Bearded Sports Psych with the 2 says, Avatar has to be money laundering. What the hell watched it? Or who the hell watched it? I've seen all the Avatar movies in theaters.
International markets love the Avatar franchise. That's where most of it's coming from. But it's Disney, so there's probably some laundering as well.
Could be. Absolutely. Taryn the Black with a $5. Apparently, we're getting a Spider-Man trailer too, according to leaks. Yes, the Spider-Man trailer did leak. I don't know when they're going to release it, but it should be soon.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's right around the corner. Yeah, I mean, it's July of next year.
Next summer. So thank you for the $5. Tobias Nexus with the 10. I always put Avatar like this. Ask people what they remember about it. They'll talk about the visuals in action. Ask them for a favorite line or scene, and they'll have nothing. Visual and no substance. It's hard to argue against that, Tobias. You make a good point. Thank you for the 10. I still love those movies. CC Black with a $2. Thor, a teaser leaked. His prayer to Odin is peak. Yes, I've seen it.
Really
I have heard it.
About it. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for the 2. There's also people saying, I know we were saying last night that we think Thor is safe. His prayer that he gives to Odin, I guess, is a clear indication that he might die. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
X in Wonderland with the 5. I still haven't seen a single Avatar film, just not my cup of microwave tea. Well, how do you know if you haven't seen it?
Oh, Disper's going to be angry about that one.
How do you know if you haven't seen at least the first one? It might be. It might be your favorite movie ever. You don't know. All right, let's get into the next topic here. Warner Brothers being sold. Paramount was trying to claim hostile takeover with Netflix and stuff because Paramount's like, hey, listen, We offered you $108 billion for Warner Brothers. Netflix only offered you 80 something billion. How come you accept the Netflix offer and not ours when we offered you more money? This isn't fair. And which Warner Brothers, I mean, I guess has every right to do that. But Paramount's like, no. This isn't right. Warner Brothers rejects Paramount's takeover offer, but shareholders still hold the cards. This is another article on Geeks and Gamers website by Marvin. The Warner Brothers board is pushing back hard against Paramount Skydance $30 per shareholders takeover attempt for Warner Brothers Discovery. But despite the board's aggressive language, the bid itself is still very much alive. After Paramount went straight to shareholders with its offer, Warner Brothers responded with a public letter and SEC filing urging investors to reject it. What the company didn't do, however, was stop the offer. It's in its own filing, Warner Brothers Discovery admits it can only offer guidance, not final decision. Not a final decision. It stated the Warner Brothers Discovery board recommends that Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders reject Skydance's is this Paramount Skydance offer. Despite the way some headlines are framing the story, Warner Brothers Discovery does not have the authority to shut down a hostile tender offer on its own. Paramount structured its bid specifically to avoid board approval, appealing directly to individual shareholders instead. That means there is no required shareholder meeting, no merger vote, and no need for Warner Brothers Discovery's leadership to sign off. In response, Warner Brothers filed a Schedule 14D9, which is essentially a formal attempt to influence shareholder behavior, and the tone is anything but subtle. The Paramount Skydance offer provides inadequate value and imposes numerous significant risks that costs on Warner Brothers Discovery's board wrote. Mike, for people who are stupid like me, what the fuck does this mean?
Right. So essentially, what this means is that Warner Brothers doesn't want the powers that be at Warner Brothers don't want Paramount buying them. I don't know exactly why that's the case. Well, I have an inkling of why that's the case, and I think part of it has to do with the current sitting president and him throwing his weight behind Paramount and them buying WB. I think that's a huge part of it. But they essentially the powers that be at Warner Brothers are saying, no, we don't want that. We don't want Paramount buying it, but we don't have the ability to tell any our shareholders no. Okay, we saw something similar to this with the Twitter acquisition. Because Elon Musk said, hey, I'm going to give you guys this much money. And they were like, we don't want to get bought out. But the shareholders are like, hey, man, we're a publicly traded company. If we're going to make way more money than our actual shares are worth, then why wouldn't we take that cash? And then, there was a whole kind of thing with that. That's essentially what you're doing here. When you're a publicly traded company like this, offering, if somebody says, I'm going to give you $20 per share, and then somebody walks in and says, I'm going to hand you $30 per share, it's a lot of money. A lot more money. Why wouldn't you take that? And so for WB to then actively say, no, we don't want that. We're not going that way. It's like, well, why wouldn't you? I don't understand why you wouldn't want more money. That's not in the best interest of your shareholders. At the end of the day, the people that hold the company in their hands are the shareholders. They have the final say on all of that. And WB cannot outright say, no, we're not getting bought by Paramount. If the shareholders want to go with them, they'll go with them. I legitimately think this is strictly political. I think that's the main reason they don't want to get bought out by Paramount. Also, because the other thing that we learned is that Netflix doesn't even care about the video games, doesn't think that they're worth anything. Yep. I think Paramount is looking at that going, that could be a whole nother avenue of money that we could bring in here. So I don't know. And like you said, they're going to do everything they can to manipulate numbers and say, well, this isn't really a great deal because of this, this, and this. And maybe some of that is true, but overall, I don't think that that's really the case. I think this is a strictly political situation. And also, as we've seen with a lot of people in these companies, they need to hold final say on a lot of things. I wouldn't be surprised. Here's the thing, and this would be like my last little part on this. The other thing we talked about was like, is this going to mean that the MCU is going to come back? Remember, Zack Snyder's really good friends with James Gunn.
The DCEU.
No, the DCEU, yeah. Mm-hmm. Zack Snyder's really good friends with James Gunn. So, like, even if it gets bought by Netflix, like, do I think that James Gunn's going to lose his job? The more I look at it and the more I start noticing James Gunn liking all of Zack Snyder's tweets and all that stuff, the more I'm starting to wonder if that's actually going to be the case. So I think overall they want to go with Netflix, probably because some other conversations that we haven't heard about. But I'm kind of actually leaning more towards Paramount at this point.
I was thinking the best case scenario would have been Comcast and Universal.
You're right. Yes, they have handled their IPs better than just about anybody else, out there right now. But yeah, I was still surprised that Paramount even stepped in here, just considering how profitable Netflix has been. But I don't know, man. Yeah, they can't reject it if they offer more money. It's up to the shareholders to decide that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So we will see. We will see. This is going to be a long time. It's going to take a while for this to go through. We're looking probably at like 2028 before we see Netflix really get a hold and we see some stuff, or whoever it's going to be. It's going to take a long fucking time.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat said, I don't know if this is true and I'll have to look more into it, but that Paramount wants full control without decision from a board of directors. I don't know if they can. I mean, they could essentially do that to WB. They could essentially tell them, no, your board doesn't exist anymore, and we're going with our board and our people. And if that's the case, then yeah, the WB definitely doesn't want that to happen, because it means that they can't push their, whatever agendas they want to push. But I don't know. We'll see.
So we'll see. It's going to be a long time before we actually get any kind of clear indication on what the hell is going to happen to Warner Brothers. But like you said last night, Mike, and I agree with you. I think that everything that Warner Brothers have should just liquidate and then just sell it off to different people.
I would much rather just see this whole company just get nuked, and it just go, all these IPs go out there and other companies can bid on them, and watch those IPs go to people that maybe actually will treat them right.
That actually care.
Yeah. Like somebody says, I have the cash on hand as a smaller company to purchase the rights to, Harry Potter, and I'm going to do it right because I'm a fan of it. That would be the way to go. Getting all of these in one acquisition like that sucks, man.
Yeah, especially what's concerning to me, because we're gamers, that Netflix does not give a fuck about the video games, and it's like, are you kidding me? Hogwarts Legacy, all these DC video games that you can do.
Yeah, Shadow of War series.
Money to be made. Yeah, Lord of the Rings video games. Like, there is money to be fucking made with the video games here. With the Warner Brothers IPs, and Netflix is just like, nah, we're good. We didn't even consider that in the offer. And it's like, oh, what are we doing here? Then give it to somebody who actually fucking cares.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh well. All right, boys. Let's read some super chats and go ahead and wrap this thing up. Glenn Jones with the tens. Do you think a Doc Savage film would work today, keeping its pulp style?
I think that audiences are really hungry for pulp stuff. I do think that you could do something with that, but the modern writers and stuff wouldn't be able to handle it correctly. They'd have to update it for modern audiences. Stuff like that is going to look like garbage. I wouldn't want any modern writers taking a shot at that kind of stuff. I do think that pulp is going to be the thing that kind of reinvigorates movies again, and then enjoyment of movies again. I think that's... a lot of these studios have been waffling and stuff, and fantasy looked like it was going to be the next big thing up on the block. But they've been handling fantasy projects so poorly with like their TV series and stuff that I think they're going to have to move past that, and we're likely going to start seeing like things like westerns and pulps and gangster films and things like that. Those kind of things start to get recycled in sooner rather than later. But I wouldn't want to see a modern writer try to tackle that. The only pulp thing that I would like to see right now happen that I would trust is give Sam Raimi the Shadow and let him make his own Shadow film. He would knock it out of the park. But
oh yeah, thank you for the good question. Thank you, Bumblebee with $5. I can pay for a cheap movie ticket and then stumble in when the trailer drops. I'm not watching furry blue weirdos.
That's true.
Good luck getting a cheap movie ticket.
Well, you can also typically. Now, these studios may look into that and everything, and I'm not saying that this is advice, but sometimes you walk into a movie, and if you don't stay for the first 15 minutes and leave and say you want a refund, sometimes they'll give you a refund. Look at your refund policies there.
There you go. Thank you for the 5. This is not financial advice, though.
No, not financial advice. I'm not saying to go do that. I'm just saying this could be a thing.
Porg with $5. Season 2, episode 1 of Fallout was great. Spot on with music from New Vegas game. We got a sneak peek of the
Mirelurks.
Mirelurks, where are the super mutants? Where'd you see that?
That dropped last night. I actually forgot I watched it.
Really?
Yeah. So I guess we can get into that because I actually legitimately forgot I watched it last night. I was up all night last night. I watched season 1 or episode 1 of season 2 of Fallout, and to be honest, I wasn't super impressed. It's fine. It's fine. It's more of the same. The cool things about it are we saw a lot more in New Vegas. We see Mr. House. We're learning a lot more about the world, but it's a lot of world building in that episode and a lot of where are they now. And I'm going to be honest, there was a couple storylines that I thought, I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't care about all of this. The best part about it is Mr. House and the New Vegas, and New Vegas looming on the horizon, and then Walton Goggins as the ghoul. Those are probably the only things that really, really work about the show. I don't know why we haven't got super mutants yet. My only thought is the reason we don't have super mutants is 1, budget, and 2, because they're probably going to make a bigger deal about it than they do. Because if you played New Vegas, you know that some of the super mutants in New Vegas are special. They're not like normal super mutants. So.
Yeah. I didn't even know that came out last night. That's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot that it was happening, and then last night I was flipping through stuff and I saw an ad for it, and I was like, "Oh, is that today?" And I watched it last night. So.
I'm probably going to wait for it to be finished and then just binge all of them.
Yeah.
That's what I did with the last time with season 1.
I think that's a valid way to do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Snacks with the 2 says, humans call them ponytails. Navi call them cocktails. Thank you for the 2. That's funny. Jaded Fett with a $5 says, the more seasoned among us will recall the late 70s series Rip, Gil, Gerard, Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rest in peace, Buck Rogers, man.
Rest in peace. Taker with a 5. Avatar is just a tech demo they turned into a movie. They made Sam Worthington the star. Who does that? Yeah, Sam Worthington, the only thing he's got going for him is those Avatar movies.
Yeah, but for a hot minute there, man, they were putting him in everything, bro.
Dude, he was in everything.
Yeah. And I was like, no, stop.
Clash of the Titans and
Terminator.
Terminator, yeah.
Yeah, they were trying.
He was almost James Bond. Almost.
That's crazy work, man. I can't believe that.
Yeah, the Daniel Craig, James Bond, Sam Worthington was almost James Bond.
Wow.
Chris Bolts with a $2 says, S stands for shit. I want a refund. Too late. I already spent it. Seal Leg of History with a $5. I can never thank my folks enough. They bought me a 5090 32 gigabyte RAM laptop with the other motherboard broke. I had to be sent off to be repaired. Dude, shout out,
bro. That's a
man. That's
beefy
awesome.
System, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Yep.
Enjoy it. Thank you for the $5. These Webbos with a 199. I think Doom kills Sam in Doomsday. I don't think so. Nope. I think Sam's safe. Bearded Sports Psych with a $2. Sam Wilson's cap goes out for milk.
That's crazy work.
Bumblebee with the 5. Clearly, Doom and Cap are a former couple. Are they?
They won't do that. People would lose their minds.
Snacks with the 2. Your theory sounds like the plot of Sky High. Well,
I'm pretty sure that's a Disney property now.
And that is a Disney property, by the way.
Yeah.
Superman with the 2 says, Pedro fatigue is real. Cap is back. I thought Pedro, he wasn't the best casting, obviously, for Mr. Fantastic, but he did fine. It could have been a lot worse. He played a very safe Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Tree Bear with the 2 says, Cable is not Jean Grey's son. Did I get that wrong? It's definitely Cyclops' son.
Pretty sure Cable is Jean Grey's son.
I thought, it is. It is their son.
Scott Summers or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scott
I could be
Summers
wrong
and
too.
Jean Grey's son. I'm almost certain that that's their son.
Yeah.
At least in the animated TV show, he is. Thank you. The Professor.
Oh,
John
okay.
Morrow.
Sorry. Okay. I remember now. It's Madeline. It's her clone.
Oh, her clones. It's her clone son.
Madeline Pryor, but it's a clone of Jean Grey, which is essentially Jean Grey.
Yes, it's essentially Jean Grey. Yeah, Madeline Pryor's. Okay, it's Jean Grey.
My bad. Okay.
Jeez Louise. It's Jean's clone son. Yes. Do better, Beardo. Thank you, John Morrow. Appreciate it.
That felt timely. Yeah.
Andre CR with that was actually perfect timing. Andre CR with a 1,000. Gary should have Netanyahu with Beardo on FNT. That would get wild. Maximus with a 199 says, shout out to Steph. Steph's not here. She's sleeping. I don't know what she's doing. Brian Stewart with the 2 says, Mike, what glucose meter do you use? Beardo poopy.
I don't have diabetes.
ICU with the 10 says, any thoughts on the new trailer for Jimmy, the biopic about Jimmy Stewart coming out next year? It's about a war service. It's about his war service in World War II and making it a wonderful life when he got back from the war.
I hadn't seen that trailer. I will definitely look for it, though. We get a lot of biopics. I don't know how I feel about all of them. The only one I'm actually legitimately excited for right now is Michael, but that idea sounds pretty rad. So,
thank you for the 10, ICU. D's Webos with the 5 says, Doom kills America Chavez, Yelena, The Marvels, Shang-Chi, and Sam Wilson. I could see America Chavez, not Yelena, The Marvels, and Shang-Chi. I think Yelena's safe because they need a Black Widow character in there.
I think Sam is safe.
I think Sam's safe, but I could definitely see them killing off Monica Rambeau, maybe Carol Danvers, and Shang-Chi for sure. Thank you for the $5, D's Webos. Maybe that's why. What's his name? What's Shang-Chi's name in real life? What's the actor's name?
Oh, Simu Liu.
Simu Liu. Maybe that's why he's been so salty on social media recently, because he's going out, and he's going to be out of a job soon. So that's why he's begging. He's begging for jobs on Twitter, because his character's going to die in Doomsday.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'm yelling. I'm complaining about the MCU. Keep hiring me. And it's like, yeah, you're complaining to the people that are like not course correcting. Those guys aren't going to have a job much longer either. So,
Bungles Twanger, sorry, with a $2 says, not Cap's kid, Franklin from Fantastic Four hiding for Doom.
Yeah, I do think that Franklin is going to be a huge part of what's 100%. Going on in that universe. But yeah,
thank you for the 2. Santa Gore with a $1, thank you. Bungles Twanger with a 2 says, Netflix, bad idea. Surprised Sony never made a bid.
Sony
made a bid at Warner Brothers? I don't think so.
Sony doesn't have the money to do that either. So,
I don't want Sony doing Batman, Superman, DC.
I don't either.
I'm good. No. Buttery God with the 5 says, very quick top of the head. What is your favorite comedy besides Tropic Thunder? Mine is Austin Powers' Hail Gentlemen. Favorite comedy? Man, I was just thinking about this. I was just talking about it. Oh, Anchorman.
Anchorman is a good one. That's a great choice. If I had to think right off the rip, the first thing that came to mind was Black Dynamite. I think that's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Austin Powers is a great one too, though, man. Criminally underrated. Anchorman, especially Anchorman 1.
The first Anchorman, yes.
Yeah.
Anchorman 2 that's got to be fine. My favorite comedy.
Anchorman 2 is okay. There's some funny stuff in that, but Anchorman 1 is... That afternoon delight scene is so good. And the first fight, dude. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Brick, why do you have a hand grenade? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it was like, rules. He's like, no touching of the hair or face. And like,
obviously. Come on,
yeah,
guys.
He's like,
seriously.
And that's it. Like, yeah, dude.
I killed a guy with a trident. That's right. Brick killed a guy with a trident. Yeah. By the way, Brick, you might want to lay low for a little bit because you're probably wanted for murder. I love lamp. I love carpet.
I love lamp. Yeah.
Death of Marco with a 5 says, I heard a harpy screech, a guinea pig squeal, and there's a guy in a shark costume lurking outside. Weird.
I don't know what that could be about.
That is odd.
Somebody brought up Hot Shots Part 2. Dude, Hot Shots, Beard, I don't know if you've ever seen the Hot Shots movies. They're really good.
I don't think so.
They're like parodies, like they were like parodying like Top Gun and like all of these other like action films and stuff, dude. They're really funny. I think you'd like them if you watch them. So
okay.
Yeah.
Another great comedy, Naked Gun.
Naked Gun?
Naked Gun's a really good one. The first one.
The first one. I like all the Naked Gun films. They're all pretty good. Course. Even the newest one is not that bad. It's not as good as the originals, but yeah.
I haven't seen the new one yet.
It's got some funny parts. I was surprised, and they get a little edgy with the humor, so I didn't think they would actually let that go, but those are some really good ones. Ace Ventura 1 and 2. Dude, I just watched Ace Ventura 1 the other day.
Yeah.
Dude. Jim Carrey was king of comedy, man.
Underrated comedy, and it's a newer one. Reboot the new 21 Jump Street, the first one.
I still haven't actually seen it.
I really liked it.
I know all my friends loved it, and they told me I had to go see it. I still haven't seen it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. So
the second one's whenever, but 21 Jump Street is. I think it's fucking hilarious.
I dig it.
CC Black with the 2 says, Hugh trailer will come after Thor. You have to. Hugh
Jackman?
Like Hugh Jackman for Wolverine? I think they're keeping
Jackman?
I think they're keeping him a secret. They're going to keep Wolverine and Deadpool a secret for Doomsday, I think. And if they're not in Doomsday, they'll for sure be in Secret Wars. Golden Nuggets with it too says Steve Rogers, baby, deaf isn't calcium deficient. No. Nope, not with Peggy Carter. That's for damn sure. All right, boys. Mike, is there any super chats on Rumble?
Yeah, we got at least one that I can see right now. So, Derek PG Baylor, for one, says they skipped Rumble rants on Tuesday night's main event last night. That's Jeremy's fault. Mets, I think he meant Let's see if you remember. Also, glad that no one in chat got banned last night for trashing Beardo. That was wild during the Game Awards stream. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't typically ban people, so if you got banned, it was probably because you were spamming the chat, not because you were talking about.
No, there was a very egregious comment made about me on the Game Awards, and Jeremy was like, "Yeah, this is the one time where that's an instant ban."
Okay. Oh.
So that did happen.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, guys, come on. Like, let's chill a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we're all caught up there. Mike, what do you got going on today?
I might be streaming later. I finally got all of my stuff figured out, so things are working. So yeah, I might be streaming a little bit later today before Bro Science. And then we got Mario Kart tonight. Is it Mario Kart?
No. I'll say it because it's day of. We are doing Fall Guys tonight.
Fall Guys tonight. Okay, well there you go.
Fall Guys
tonight. Not Mario Kart. So you guys get a break from that. Thank goodness.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be probably doing a stream later today, and then doing Fall Guys later tonight. And then yeah, just be sure to keep your eyes on my channel. Now that I got everything back up and running, all my tech stuff is working right. I'm gonna be back to streaming again. So.
Yeah, Fall Guys tonight. So if you guys are a member on the highest tiered member on YouTube, you guys will be able to play Fall Guys with us tonight. So that'll be cool. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I got Bro Science today at 4 p.m. Me, X-Wing Blaine, and Drew Hernandez will be on Bro Science. We'll be talking about Resident Evil 9, and then we're doing our movie review, Christmas Vacation, which, by the way, Mike, I did not copy Jay. I announced this last week. And then Blaine was like, Jay's also doing that on Monday. I'm like, well, fuck. Well, we're going to do it too.
You got to talk to Jay about that.
He already knows.
I know.
He already knows.
I know. Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to the Monday Hangover and Jay. But yeah, we'll be doing Christmas Vacation in the second hour of Bro Science and big Resident Evil talk with Drew Hernandez in the first hour. But other than that, shout out to the mods, the members, the lurkers. Thank you guys for all the support and generosity today. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday and a great rest of your week. We'll catch you guys on the next Geeks and Gamers stream or on our personal streams. You guys have a good one. Geeks and Gamers, we're out. Bye, everybody.